In young Sheldon, George Sr.'s story was already heartbreaking. But the show's Thanksgiving episode made it even more heartbreaking when you watch it again, then tie it to later events. Although the series finale had its emotional moments, the saddest episode isn't the finale, but rather Season 7 Episode 13, titled Funeral. This episode stood out for its deep exploration of Sheldon's inner world as he dealt with grief. He replayed his last conversation with his father in his mind, desperately trying to figure out what he should have said before George Sr. left for work for the final time. This look into how Sheldon processes loss. It highlighted how his unique way of thinking often made emotional situations even harder for him to handle. Even though it's hard for everyone, it is exceptionally harder for Sheldon to deal with situations like this, because he tries to make sense out of every single thing, but the emotional pressure was just too much for him. Viewers always knew George Sr.'s fate from The Big Bang Theory. He would pass away while Sheldon was still a young teenager. Early episodes of young Sheldon even hinted at the possibility of a heart attack taking his life. Still, knowing this didn't prepare fans for the emotional weight of certain moments in the series, particularly the Thanksgiving episode from Season 2, titled Family Dynamics and a Red Fiero. This episode set the stage for the eventual heartbreak by showing how George Sr. sacrificed his dreams for his family. In this Thanksgiving episode, with Sheldon choosing a psychology elective and amusing himself by analyzing how his family dynamics affects him, started as a normal peaceful day, but the tone shifts when George Sr. is offered a dream coaching job in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which Mary wholeheartedly rejected, arguing that it would be too disruptive for the children. What starts as a hopeful opportunity soon became a conflict, with the family fighting during their Thanksgiving celebration. This moment becomes even more painful when tied to later events in Season 7, specifically Episode 12, A New Home and a Traditional Texas Torture. In that episode, George Sr. learns he is about to be offered an equally prestigious coaching job at Rice University, a chance that would allow him to achieve his dreams without disrupting the family. This time, Mary supports the move. However, George Sr. tragically passes away before he can accept the job. Looking back, the events of Family Dynamics and a Red Fiero become even sadder. George Sr. had already given up one dream job for his family's sake, and just when another opportunity came his way, he didn't live long enough to take it. This pattern of missed chances and sacrifices adds layers of tragedy to his character. Even the humor surrounding Mima's jokes about George Sr. in later episodes takes on a bittersweet tone when reflecting on what he endured. Ultimately, young Sheldon used these moments to paint a complex picture of George Sr.'s life, making the show's Thanksgiving episode and its effects among the most emotionally impactful in the series.